Hello, and welcome to the Fintech Surge Podcast, exploring all the latest trends and insights from the fintech and blockchain ecosystem with the world's foremost experts. Powered by Fintech Surge and Future Blockchain Summit, the region's leading fintech and blockchain festivals taking place October 15th to October 18th at Dubai Harbor, alongside Expand North Star. This year, we're excited to partner with Cointelegraph Arabic, the region's leading publication covering a wide range of news on blockchain technology, crypto, and emerging fintech trends.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Nisheta Sachdev and I'm the creative director at Cointelegraph Arabic. Today we are interviewing the co-founder of 1inch, Sergey Kunz.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So it's really nice to have you on the show. I wanted to start off with a quick introduction on what 1inch is, especially for those who are new to blockchain.
So 1inch network is, we call it a set of protocols for decentralized finances, for DeFi. We started with the aggregation protocol. I and my co-founder Anton Bukov, we were traveling around the globe and building a lot of different things for decentralized environment on Ethereum blockchain, and came to the idea that it makes maybe sense to aggregate different liquidity sources to achieve the best rate by using an algorithm. And so we introduced the aggregation among decentralized exchanges to achieve the best rates for the users. And after that, we started to continue to work on different other projects, which we included also into 1inch network. That's why we call it network. It contains multiple protocols. And nowadays also a new thing, what we call fusion, which also introduced a new kind of solution for problems which we see right now in DeFi and mitigate the risks.
Hey, interesting. So how would you explain it to someone who is brand new to crypto or has not even entered the space yet?
We are working on a community project. I would call it a decentralized project where everyone can participate, everyone can build something, can make videos for education, writing code, working on events, and onboarding new people. So it's possible to participate for everyone, and no one is owning the 1inch network at the end, like in centralized manner. Everyone owns it. So who is participating on that? We have right now 153, maybe 56 already core contributors around the globe who are participating and working on improving the services which are very, very well used right now. So we have seen in the last 48 hours, we had a high of 4.2 billion of US dollars of volume on this crazy story with the USDC stablecoin, DPEG.
Those are some insane numbers. Congratulations.
There's no fee charge or something. This is just the protocols which operate fully stable.
It's interesting that the network can handle that kind of volume in transactions because, I mean, we've seen outages with other platforms, whether it's a DEX, a blockchain. I mean, we've seen such an overload in terms of transactions. So how do you guys do it?
So how my co-founder Anton Bukov said once, if something can fail, it will fail. Yeah. So we try to build things highly efficient, as simple as possible to avoid single point of failures. So. Actually, Uniswap also did very well, so they handled a lot of volume. Of course, you don't get the best rate on Uniswap because this is just limited liquidity source, and in our case, we aggregate everything on the market. Yeah, so all the contributors take care, of course, that those parts which are required to run in centralized manner, some maybe microservices, which, for example, give a list of balances of your tokens in the wallet. They did just take care that it works. And in terms of execution of the orders, we have a new system, what I called already Fusion. It ensures that we have a lot of market makers, arbitrage traders who have access to the system and can properly execute the trades. So by ensuring that it's executed in the best manner.
Interesting. Okay, so you guys started off in 2019, correct? And since then, I mean, how has your roadmap and the vision of 1inch changed?
So I started with Anton already 2018. We had some YouTube blog. We did security audits of smart contracts, just to teach people how to read smart contracts, what you should understand, why you shouldn't trust the smart contract itself without seeing audits and checking the code and so on. And then one day we started to travel around the globe. First hackathon, like competition, like where you hack some projects and you have 2 nights, you don't sleep almost the 2 nights or at all. One of these hackathons in New York, we came to the idea with the 1inch. How to aggregate, how to improve their rate. And we just came to the idea, and because we were looking by ourselves for such solution. Maybe it's similar to Porsche. You know how the first Porsche car was built? The Ferdinand Porsche, the son of the Ferdinand Porsche, who was already working for Mercedes and VW and built already some cars. And his son came to the idea, okay, I don't find my car which I want to drive, and that's why I'm going to build by myself. And the same, it's in our case. We just built something what we were looking for ourselves. And regarding the roadmap, we had never a roadmap. So we just improved what we had. People started using it. So we did zero promotion, we had no money, we earned zero money at the beginning at all before the first financial round. I personally was sleeping in the office. I had to leave my flat because my ex-wife decided I should leave. I was sleeping in a dirty office where I was mining Ethereum in the cellar downstairs. And upstairs I had a little bit room, but it was very, very dirty. And had my daughter to 50% with me, was sleeping on the airbed and no shower. I had to go to the gym to wash myself. For 1 year. In this time we were traveling around the globe. After also when we built 1inch and did the first version on the hackathon, we just continued to participate on the hackathons and have built a lot of other things, which we are also using right now. For example, these physical airdrops you can get on a booth of 1inch on those blockchain events. This QR code, we invented it in Paris 2019 or something. So we use everything what we have built, almost everything, in 1inch as well. And we operate by feelings, I would say. So for example, last year I was front-run by some sandwich attackers. I lost 10 Ethereum. And I thought it's a huge issue. It's not just me, it's everyone. And I suggested to our core contributors we should look how to solve it. So we came to the idea with the Fusion that we can turn it around, the execution. Not the user should execute, someone else who is more professional in this. And the user we should just ensure that the user get the best rate. And based on this kind of branch storms and based on this kind of problems, we just build something. Yeah, this is how we operate. We see a problem, we solve the problem, and offer a solution. This is how we
Interesting. So I think recently in the last year, you could say there's been a lot of movement in terms of news, whether it's DeFi, CeFi. So what solutions do you feel are coming up on the 1inch front?
So we have seen a lot of issues. Most of them, from my point of view, are because of there were people involved. So how Rich said, if something can fail, it will fail. Yeah, if a person have access to a lot of money, like in the case of FTX, this person potentially became too greedy and would do something to maybe gamble. Also, we see currently the situation with the banks. Actually, they also gambled with the money of the companies. A lot of people lost a lot of money, and that's why we should try to build something what is decentralized. Can be operated in a decentralized manner. And we should avoid middlemen, and administrators with admin keys, which can withdraw everything or maybe move some funds. And from our side, we try to solve the problems which we see. The front-running problem we solved recently with the fusion, already said. But there are also some other issues with the liquidity providing on Uniswap, for example. Recently, I lost also like 5 to 10 Ethereum because I provided liquidity to Uniswap and I was front-run. So but somehow other teams are not thinking about that. I don't know why. I was writing to Hayden already multiple times. We have a solution. We would like to contribute, but they offer a protocol with a business license. We cannot contribute to a business license protocol. It should be open source because everything what we are building is open source under MIT license, so everyone can use it, can modify it, but they should take care about copyright. If you copy a piece of code from someone, you should write that this code is from someone like Anton Bukov, for example, my co-founder wrote it. Yeah. Okay.
So you mentioned a few risks that people can face in DeFi. What are the biggest ones that you see? What are the biggest risks in DeFi right now that need a solution?
This is the front-running problem. So we have front-running on different places for the swaps. So if you swap on Uniswap, if you swap on Balancer, if you swap on Curve, you can face the problem that someone is swapping before you and swapping after you because your transaction is visible in the mempool. Mm-hmm. To avoid this, we turn it around, introduced a kind of algo order. Mm-hmm. This is like a limit order which uses sets, and the order is set in a specific price range. And the price changed not linear, it's changed based on the current available liquidity and prices and rates in this specific chain, like Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain or Polygon. This information we had from the beginning because we wrote this algorithm which discover all the liquidity sources and provide the best rate. We call it Pathfinder. So it uses multiple markets at the same time. Just imagine. Maybe for someone who is not familiar with taxes and everything, you just can think about you have 10, let's just say maybe 100 millions of US dollars, and you would like to buy a Tesla stock. You don't go to Frankfurt Exchange or Nasdaq and buy just there because there's not enough liquidity. You would get really worse rate. You split your amount in small pieces and exchange everywhere a little bit based on the rates. So you try to achieve the same rate everywhere. This is actually what we are doing, but it makes also not sense just to exchange US dollar to Tesla stock. It makes to exchange to euro, to Swiss franc, to Singapore dollar, and then exchange on every of these markets around the globe a little bit to achieve the best rate. And that's what we actually do on the blockchain.
Interesting. So mainly for crypto, though.
Yeah, just for the crypto tokens which are accessible on each of these chains. We support every token which is there on the blockchain. There's a list of tokens which is managed also by core contributors, but everyone can also, if there is a new token launch from someone, you can just copy the address and use it in the app.
Okay, and what blockchains do you currently support?
Oh, a lot actually. I stopped to count it, maybe 8, 9 or something. We support Ethereum, of course. We started on Ethereum, and we see better than Ethereum can be on Ethereum. Polygon, Binance Smart Chain. We have Layer 2s. We have Optimism, Arbitrum, Avalanche, and all them. We try to support those blockchains which and layer 2s which have real people, not just bots.
Of course. Okay, great. So I definitely want to touch on Fusion. So what solutions are you offering with Fusion?
So I told already that we came to the idea with the algo order. It's not just a Dutch auction order, what already Gnosis did, I guess, 4 years ago. It's not efficient at all. You need to wait until it's executed, and you also don't know who is behind the execution as well. In our case, we have the foundation which runs the DApp. You need a real-world vehicle. You cannot run a domain and a piece of website or like this front end from a DAO. It doesn't work right now yet. Maybe in the future. But right now we have this foundation. The foundation is responsible for the front end and takes care that also those who execute the orders, the limit orders, fusion orders, they are also compliant. It's also one thing what is really nice at 1inch, what I like. There's Ethereum labs involved, all the time scans happening, resolvers who are also professional market makers or just arbitrage traders, they also they are compliant. They did KYB check with foundation, and we have TRM labs scanning. So in terms of the execution, how efficient the execution is, I can tell you that the execution is better than just a market rate. So we started with just market rates, is what you see also in other similar projects, I would call them. They offer to execute just on the market. For example, you have 10,000 Ethereum and you would like to sell it to USDT. If you do it just with one transaction, you would face a price impact of maybe 2%. And it's a lot of money from 10,000 Ethereum, right? 2% from 10,000 is a lot. So you can avoid this by using the same approach as the OTC traders are doing. They sell over time huge amount of crypto tokens. And you can do it with Fusion. It's you just select the amount, the tokens, and you create an order. It is algo order. It's sent to the network. It's distributed among all resolvers, and resolvers try to fill it, and they fill it partially. So at the beginning, you have a good rate for you and worse rate for the arbitrage and for the market maker. So, and the price goes slowly down over time, like just say over 6 minutes. In the near future, you can set it for multiple days. We will introduce it very soon. But right now we have in 6 minutes such a trade, and the price goes slowly down. It's getting worse for you as a user, getting better for the market maker who would potentially take it. But it ensures that you get the execution based on the current market liquidity. At the end, you get better rate than compared to just executing on the market, because on this market trade you face high price impact and huge back run. Back run means like arbitrage trader try in the Ethereum network, for example, if you did the trade, try to rebalance, re-arbitrage with other networks and centralized exchanges. So, and in our case, we have this background opportunity every block. Every block can be filled if it's filled, and arbitrage trader arbitrage already and try to improve their rate. So based on our analytics, we execute much better than the market orders. For huge trades, for small trades, they are taken very, very fast. Right now, there's incentive program for resolvers. They get gas refund from the foundation to ensure that the execution is fast and efficient. This is our Fusion. No front running anymore, because the user is not the taker anymore. It's a maker. Means the user create the order and someone execute it. Who is very professional in this? Just our Fusion.
Okay, interesting. So it seems like this is really technical, and for users that are new to crypto, how can you do an elevator pitch on this, on Fusion?
Actually, it's similar to Nasdaq. It's just a decentralized Nasdaq.
Okay.
So you want to exchange something for specific rate, which you like, which is suggested by the DApp, and professional traders execute it against your offering.
Okay. So coming to your next product, I heard that there's a wallet coming up. Can you tell us about this?
Yeah, this hardware wallet coming. Wallet we have already since almost 2 years, I guess. We started with iOS and introduced also Android version. We have 2 different teams who are working from around the globe on these products. The hardware wallet is an independent team. They came, actually I and Anton, we came to an idea that it makes sense maybe to build a hardware wallet which is open source. So everyone understands what's happening inside of it. Because if you have right now a ledger and you generate a seed for us on the ledger, you don't know if it's really randomly because it's a black box. The ledger, they don't open it to everyone. Maybe in the future someone can regenerate the seed for us and steal all your money. You never know. That's why we came to the idea, okay, why not an open source hardware wallet? And then we thought, okay, it should be as simple as possible, and it should be fully secured with, for example, air gap. So it can operate with just a camera and QR codes. It's actually a really small format. It looks like a little bit like an iPhone, little bit. It is very, very simple and supports a lot of nice features. For example, it supports multiple seed phrases. So you cannot import in Ledger or Trezor multiple seed phrases. It doesn't work. And if someone taking you and cutting your fingers here and want some crypto from you, you can give him another seed phrase, or you can enable the wallet. I hope nothing like that would happen with anyone, but everyone should think about that if they own some crypto, and people sometimes are very, very crazy. Yeah, and it's good to have a backup wallet with like some money to give it away, and they are happy. HD wallet functionality with multiple seed phrases, just kind of key features with air gap, with the camera, and NFC. So NFC is for mobile phone usage, for example, with our own wallet, with our iOS wallet. And how I already said, this is independent team. They came, we came with the idea to some people, and they said, okay, sounds great, we can build it. And they got some grant from the foundation. They applied for the foundation with the plan. They released already a prototype. This person is already here in Dubai. Also, like he's staying also here in Dubai, open company. So, and they're building it also from around the globe for sure, because like you need some people in China, for example, for the production and so on. There's a prototype. It's already working. And they're looking for the seed round, for the right investors, and then they go for the production. And I'm pretty sure it will solve like additional problem of transparency, what we not see from Ledger, and also the user experience will be better, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, this brings me to my next question. Obviously, there is a transition happening within the finance world. So what is your take on the current traditional finance industry, and how do you feel DeFi is going to impact it?
I see DeFi, decentralized finances, as a more efficient financial system than what we have right now. We have what we see greedy people like FTX, people who just gambled with their user money, spend the money to pay for some political people, to get some advantages compared to other companies, but at the end they just misuse the money, because I already said, if something can fail, it will fail, and in this case people failed because of they became too greedy or too crazy. And also with the banks are also humans, when you eliminate humans in terms of you remove from some operation people, and let program code work instead of the people, then you can ensure that it works, and it cannot break. So if a code is like written in stone on a smart contract, it cannot break. That's why also our swaps are trustless. No one has to trust the foundation or the core contributors, one-inch network, they need just to verify in the wallet that they execute or sign a transaction or sign an order, and that they get what they expect. Yeah. That's why actually we started to build also the wallet to explain people what they sign, because like in the MetaMask you sign a piece of a lot of text, like of JSON thing, and you don't really understand what's happening. That's why we explain what they sign, and this is just very important that people have the transparency, what's happening with their money. If they are on smart contract, it's verifiable. If you see decentralized exchanges like Binance, you don't really know how much money there is. They did this publication of okay, these are our wallets and there are some tokens or something, you know, but you cannot verify that's really a good, like the right amount is on it, you know. You are not checking the accounting or the full accounting of these centralized entities. And with the banks, it's the same. Regulators are claiming they regulate them, but at the end we see a lot of fails. And I'm not saying that the regulators doing it very bad or something. I guess the problem is it's too complicated. Make it less complicated. Remove single points of failures, humans from execution, from the operation, and then we can achieve better financial system than we have right now. We will not have something like what we had 2008 with the Black Swan and recently as well. And I'm pretty sure soon, in the next 20 years, we will see countries paying with crypto, transferring, because it's more efficient. Why should we wait like 1 week for SWIFT transfer? You can do it in 12 seconds on Ethereum, right?
Exactly. But through 1 inch with no gas.
That's true. Yeah.
Low gas. So I did read that you guys aggregate liquidity as well. So you take liquidity from decentralized sources as well as centralized exchanges. How does that work?
So in our aggregation protocol, which we have built from the beginning and extended until now, we discover all liquidity sources on a blockchain, just for example Ethereum. We scan every smart contract. Right now we have 25,000 smart contracts which we monitor. If something happens, so like funds are moved out or swapped happens, we know about that, and that's why we can use our algorithm to discover the right multi-path. If you can see it as a multi-path from one asset to another asset, where in the between different markets can be used. Yeah. We have some market makers integrated as well. How they operate? They operate from own wallet. They take own risks to trade with the user by hedging on centralized exchanges or maybe also other networks. That's why we have also access to the centralized exchange liquidity because they offer us this option. We have right now, I guess, eight market makers integrated. And in terms of fusion, we turn it around and the user create an order like on Nasdaq, yeah, and professional traders they take care how to execute it. Some of them just arbitrage with Uniswap, with Balancer, with Curve, with some other. But other also hedge the position on centralized exchange, do the trade with the user, and after that, maybe minutes later, maybe hours later, they rebalance. They send from centralized exchange to the Ethereum network wallets. So this is how that works right now, and I guess this is really a good approach. So the user don't care about how it's executed. Yeah, so they just want to exchange, right?
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Now, obviously, we have Future Blockchain Summit coming up in October. What are your hopes of this? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, we are looking always on new contacts, like expanding our network. Finding the right partners with whom we can collaborate. Onboard new people for sure, teach new people. What I've seen like on my keynotes, I guess once one guy came and said like, do you really think that those people who were sitting there understood anything what you said. Then I had to rethink about it because he said like, from your point of view, you think that it's like normal, yeah? When I'm talking about DEXs, arbitrage traders and market makers and liquidity and so on, and front running, but no one understands it. And I had to rethink it, and I start, like when I speak on the conference, I try to educate people. So I ask first, what is a DeFi? What is a DEX? What is a centralized exchange? So try to understand what these people know. And then I start to explain, okay, decentralized exchanges. Yeah, there are different kinds of how they work. Someone needs to provide liquidity, and so on and so on. So, our expectation from the conference is to get more people using 1inch, get more contributors. Very often we get also new contributors from the conference as well. They come and they are very interested. Coming from Web 2. We got recently one guy from Microsoft. It's really insane, really nice. He was recently also working for Apple and then switched to Microsoft and then to us. I tried to get my colleagues from Porsche. I was working for Porsche like a couple of years. And those really good professional people who are like around maybe at the end of 30, they are looking for new opportunities because they achieved already in their life. They already did the master degree, then they earned a good amount of money, achieved already good management level, but at the end, these people don't want to work next 20 years for something what they don't own. And in 1inch network, everyone who participates owns something. This is very important. Like own part of it, yeah. It's
so
a baby of everyone.
An ecosystem, a decentralized ecosystem.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, great. So I have a few more questions, but I just want quick rapid fire. So, what do you feel is the next big trend in blockchain?
Maybe a stable coin. A really stable coin.
Okay, and what advice would you give to new people looking to enter the crypto space?
Don't trust anyone. I have seen a lot of scams and people. Don't trust the people. Verify, educate yourself, and then you will get it.
I completely agree on that. I think everyone that has been in the space for a while has trust issues. What advice would you give to budding entrepreneurs that are looking to enter blockchain?
Just try, and if you fail, try again, stand up. You fail, stand up. It's like with BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Every time you find a guy who is better than you, and you need just to train, to keep training. If you fail, stand up and try it again. That's what we actually did 1.5 years when we were traveling around the globe. We failed all at the beginning, and every hackathon we didn't get any main prizes. After 6 months, we got the first main prize, and it was very hard to get it. After additional half year, we got the second one. And I guess in history, only our team got like two main prizes.
Okay, well, congratulations on that. I do have one last question. Now, with so many decentralized platforms coming up, how do you feel like 1inch is going to stand out from the crowd?
We are not trying to compete with anyone. If you see also people who start doing what we started to do with the aggregation, before us, we invented aggregation at all on the blockchain, on decentralized exchanges, and people looked on that, this new thing, and 0x started to do that, Paraswap and some others, and we tell them, guys, okay, it's fine, you can do the same, it's fine, it's nice, but if you use our code, then tell the people that it's our code. Yeah, there are some issues also regarding this, we try to not compete. We try to improve the space, and the space is really small. If you look on the market, DeFi is that small. We have a little bit centralized exchange, crypto market is a little bit bigger, but TradeFi is like this, traditional finance, and we want to grow to this size, and we can only grow with other people who are working in the same. That's why we are not competing. we try to stay friends sometimes with this drama, like someone, I don't know, someone wrote like I guess also on Cointelegraph that I told to someone and asked them to go into the cage to fight with them or something. It was not like that. It was misformed and so on. Yeah, sometimes we have drama, but at the end we are all friends. We are building on the same product, and it is decentralized finances, which is more efficient than traditional finance.
Yeah, I do agree. I feel like when you're working in such a small space, we need to lift each other together, not fight each other, because we all have one common goal, which is the mass adoption of blockchain and crypto.
That's true. Yeah. I feel agree.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed hearing your story. You've done a wonderful job coming from your basement to where you are today. I'm sure that you've set a great example for your daughter and for I think everyone watching as well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I try my best, and I stay on the ground all the time. I already said it's like in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Someone who is better than you all the time. Yeah. Also here.
Okay, one more question. This just came to mind. How do you stop yourself from going crazy when you work in crypto?
I keep working. You cannot become crazy when you have something to do. I would say something, a passion. I would say so. A goal. My goal is to make DeFi as a standard and as a common thing for the whole world.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sergey.
Thanks.